Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays Dead Cells. I'm having a lot more fun with Dead Cells. I hit like a weird... Oh, we're on one boss soul by defaults. I refuse. Acid nerves. And a shield. I don't think that this is going to be good to start with here, but... Excuse me, sir. It could get good later. Hey, you jerks, you're not supposed to be on this floor. I hit a little bit of a lull at one point. Oh my god. Frig off, okay? I hit a little bit of a lull at one point playing Dead Cells, where I felt like every single run was just me running through the first couple of floors. Following that, I would have a couple of floors with some real combat, and then I would die. Usually on the castle, sometimes on the fight before the castle, sometimes on the final boss. Now that I get a little bit more understanding of the game and how it's played, I feel like I'm starting to piece something together. Ice grenade, biter swarm. We need damage, so I'll take both. There's probably a scroll right here, and it is indeed. And we'll just toss that. Again, I think basically toss it wherever to start with. Now that I have a little bit more of a familiarity, okay, and immediately we're probably going to want to, especially with the fact that this Pierce is a target, we're going to immediately replace it. But, Promenade of the Condemned, and probably a wall, not quite a wall. We'll do a Hunter's Grenade run at some point. I kind of don't want to invest in blueprint purchasing knowing that, you know, pretty soon we're going to replace the blueprint anyway when we go over to the beta patch. But anyway, now that I have a little bit more understanding of the way that the game seems to operate, we could get that and sell it, but I'm really interested in getting this early time door here. Hey, Dead Cells, could you let me finish a train of thought? I'm just saying I enjoy the game some more now, okay? There's no need to read into it too much more than that, and I'm actually excited by the prospect, and let me come down here real quick. I'm excited by the prospect of us being able to get new stuff done as a result of the fact that we got a different number of boss cells than we've ever had before. So we have 0 cells, light on gold, mutation available. You know the game and how it's played. We're going to take saves you once, which is almost like having a 5th heal one time, which seems relatively minor, but could actually be extremely important. Am I going brutality? Am I going survival? Am I going tactics? We do not know. What we do know is we're gonna have a fun time doing it here. 24 seconds, don't mind if I already did. A scroll for me, and it's the scroll of 3. It doesn't give us 3 stats, it's just, you know, it's our 3rd scroll. So I was trying to make a rhyme, and sometimes when you rhyme, you've got to compromise. That's what's called a comprom-rhyme. That's, you know, I tried, and I failed. The lesson is never try. So we got something like until 8 minutes roll around. We should just peep that corner so we don't have to come back. Until we would miss our next time door. And like it or lump it, that really is the way you end up playing Dead Cells. You don't attack a lot of enemies in the early game, or at least I don't. Perhaps with the release of the Baguette update, which we will pivot to eventually, gold will matter more, and as a result we'll feel like we want to kill enemies. It feels like some of the changes that I've read about in the patch notes for Baguette are kind of meant to counter this particular playstyle. Like the one that I'm using right now, where we essentially attack a few enemies. Like gold is much more scarce, or if not more scarce, at least more useful. My response to that would be, well, like, feel free to make the timed doors much more lenient, but I believe they've done the opposite. And they've made the... Oh! We should heal before we fight this guy. They've made the time doors much more stringent. Oh, you fool. Frost Blast, best item in the game. Prove me wrong. We did get an amulet, tactics, and defense. I love it. Anyway, I'm not going to act like I got all the secrets for how to balance the game. I think that would be very braggadocious of me and quite presumptuous. Which, you know, those might be two things that in bulk describe my personality, but not right now. I genuinely think, you know, if you, you know, they've managed to make a very, very good game. I probably don't have the tools that would take them to the next level. So I'm just gonna let you know, like, if you believe we have any chance of making it through this, thank you so much for the kindness you've shown me, but it's extremely unlikely. Kind of a recurring element in Dead Cells for me is that, you know, in the early game, we don't necessarily have everything locked down. I don't know if we possess the tools to be able to kill all these enemies as quickly as we would need to. So I'm trying something new now, and that's, we head downwards. Oh my god, it's so slow. Only use one thing against one enemy at a time. This is an exception because we were in immediate danger, but after that, like, no, I was so close. Try to only, you know, use one of your skills at a time. That way you have something to offer if you want to move quickly, and we do have a desire to move quickly even now. Ceiling turret, oil grenade, grappling hook. I mean, a double turret meta, we got the money for it. I think I could roll it. We really, and we're looking full purple right now, but Thanos style. The only thing we could use right now is like some kind of primary weapon, and you're probably noticing, you know, it's kind of a similar theme to what we had in our last episode. Extra damage on a frozen target, we have to. And I think we really, but they all have shots pierce the first target, but I'm gonna stick with a double crossbow-matic for now, because it doesn't require a ceiling. So I think we're like basically good. In terms of, yeah. The thing is, I really feel like Acid Nerves is quite useless for us as a primary weapon, and Frost Blast, especially now that we have an elemental synergy, is necessary. And if you're wondering what I'm talking about, that's what I'm talking about right there. Throwing Knives and Toxic Cloud. We can't really take either. So yeah, if you want to be cynical, it does look like we're going for like a little bit of a tactics build yet again. But I'm not cynical about that, and the reason I'm not cynical is because, you know, we did, well, not cynical is maybe not the right word. We did about 1,000 brutality runs in a row, and for a long time I thought that was actually the only logical path towards success, so to have actually made it work with a different kind of build is like a revelatory thing for me. Could use some fresh content, though. You know what? I was talking in Corey's chat. Oh, let's go. Where I do all of my off-camera crap posting. Hey, I see the scroll, but just heal up a little bit. And we were talking about Dead Cells a little bit, and he said something that registered with me. Is that it really feels like Dead Cells, for whatever reason, it kind of lacks a certain roguelite appeal. And I actually agree with that. Now, please, I know how people tend to react on the internet if a game they like is being criticized. It's not out of a place of trying to tear Dead Cells down. I wouldn't necessarily say it's out of a, like I could easily make myself seem more noble than I actually am. It's a place of trying to build it up. No, but I've been trying to, and doing a very poor job of it, trying to tease like why I find Dead Cells kind of more difficult to play than a lot of other roguelites. Not more difficult in terms of its actual difficulty level, although there's probably a certain element of that as well. But why am I like, you know, it doesn't feel like a chore to record, but it's not the first thing I jump to record every single day. I'm like, why is that? And I think it's like, it really doesn't scratch the roguelite itch as much as a Slay the Spire does, or as much as an Isaac does, for better and for worse. Now, mechanically, It has the best combat of any roguelite I've ever played in my life. Like, by far. It has, just incredibly good action, like Castlevania style combat. It's maybe not quite... Oh, we should probably do this. Excuse me, sir. Probably not quite at, like, you know, Castlevania level, but you get what I mean. For having, like, this variety of weapons, it's pretty amazing that they all feel pretty good. And different as well. And they, you know, to some extent, they all seem relatively viable as well. But there's something about the roguelitiness, and I really think it's the fact that, like, the majority of the loot that you get gives you nothing over the course of a run. Now, hear me out here. Some of the loot you get is incredible, but a lot of the loot you pick up when you're playing Dead Cells just has no impact on the run whatsoever, you know? You see something bad or something that doesn't fit your current archetype, you just sell it. Just be gone. I think we want to go right here. If you see something good, yeah, it happens, but, you know, gold is not necessarily worth that much, at least in our current mindset, at least. What do you got? Shots do not pierce, and you do double damage to us, which is way too dangerous to take. So we're going to head down this way. Yes. So I think now that I'm recontextualizing Dead Cells as, you know, it is a roguelite, but it's much more of an action game. You know, most of these games, they're like, we're a first-person shooter roguelite. It's really like, the first-person shooterness is the way that you interact with the game world. The rogueliteness is what informs the game mechanics for the most part. And again, we're going to go cooldown build here. In this, it's really like, hey, do you like action games, but wish that they had a little bit more variety run to run? Then maybe this is up your alley. Now that I've recontextualized it as that and started playing it like that, I feel like I'm not fighting against the game anymore. I'm not going into the game being like, I gotta get to the item room, I gotta get to the shop, I gotta get to the, you know, I gotta fight as many elites as possible. I feel better about it now that I'm starting to grok it a little bit. Grocket League. I'm just throwing out punchlines that would work for, like, pretty poor jokes. So we run past everything. I do still sometimes feel like the design is at odds with itself with these time doors. Like, the idea that you're sort of incentivized to just sprint through the first 2 levels is weird to me, but... So I don't need to explain to you, in all likelihood, what we're doing with scrolls here. What are we doing with scrolls? I'm going to do it anyway. You just consult the Dead Cells flowchart, please. We're going to be putting them in our primary stat for now. If HP seems dangerous, or we have the inability to put them into our primary stat as a result of the fact that, excuse me, sir, as a result of the fact that the scroll is not capable of being put into that slot, then we'll go for whatever one gives us more HP, or whatever one synergizes with the relic we're currently rocking. And by relic, I mean mutation. Ice Shock is okay, and I mean okay. I don't like it nearly as much as Frost Blast. Like, to me, Frost Blast is almost like King secondary. Reusable crowd control? Absolutely, sign me up. We are making what I would say is a cardinal mistake, by the way. And we just did it again as I was about to explain it, but we don't need... Please? We don't need to use both turrets in every situation. In most situations, one turret is going to be good enough. I do want to kill this guy just to prove we can. That was a little scary. We got a good frost-related slowdown. We definitely didn't need to climb out of here as well, but... I'll just be honest with you, that's extremely irrelevant because we should just crap on the unfinished one. He should be highly, highly destroyed. Coming up here, mostly to look for scroll-based enemies. We didn't see any. So we're going back into the bowels. The one thing I'm looking for like... I mean, I do need feedback on how to be better at this game. No question about it. But we're getting there. We're starting to, you know, find our formula. Spamming techniques, or skills, I should say, but also having some kind of, like, backup weapon, and usually a secondary that focuses on crowd control, has been real good to us. But I still need to learn, like, is it right to But I guess if we can make it to the boss or the castle mostly consistently, then it probably is right. But is it right to, or optimal maybe is a better word, to go for this kind of balance early where we emphasize damage in whatever our primary category is going to be before everything else, and then we split HP? I feel like I'm kind of creating a question that doesn't need to be asked, because now that I think about it, I'm like, well, how often do you die before you level your HP? And the answer is rarely. Maybe even, like, literally never. Like, we don't die before we get a chance to level our HP. We almost always die after we put some levels in our HP in the late game. And the damage is legit. Like, these guys are no joke. And we're doing good work. So red or green? Well, we'll go for green for now. We are looking forward to our red levels. Damage dealt is too much. Nah. We're looking forward to our red levels because they are going to give us more damage with our primary weapon, and we're very, very unlikely to get a purple primary weapon. We could take a bow or something and roll it with Frost Blast. In my opinion, and it might just be getting used to it, but it's got a little bit less utility. That doesn't necessarily make it bad. Maybe we just need to get used to it. I feel like we're doing very well on scrolls, too. So this will be Black Bridge. The other thing is, if we find a curse chest is likely, or at least liable, to give us a colorless item. And if we can get a colorless sword of any sort that isn't cursed, because I still don't understand what a cursed item does. Sure, actually, I think we're... In contrast to the way this run started, we got a real shot here. So let's go for it. You kind of see my approach. Okay. It's really just like 54 enemies, oh my god. It really boils down to like freeze all enemies, or as many as you can, and then throw one turret and hope that that gets the job done. Does the heavy turret not pierce? No, it doesn't. If we can get a heavy turret that pierces, that's like insane damage. There might be more enemies down here? No? 38 enemies. This is the hard part, though. And we've... as soon as I took the jump, I was like, nah, it's not easy. No scroll enemies. Oh, but a scroll. Just gonna put that straight into technique. You know, the faster we get technique up to 20, the earlier we can start leveling our HP. At least that's my perspective. Way ahead of schedule for the time door, which is probably the most important thing for us right now. A sinew slicer does scale with purple, and shots do pierce, but heavy turret is like not nearly in the same league, or I should, to phrase it more correctly, the sinew slicer is not even close to being in the same league as the heavy turret in terms of damage. Run. There is a room down here. I don't even want to go back. It's so likely to just be gold. That's the other problem. Again, in Isaac, and again, this doesn't have to be like, I almost spoke Spanish there. Donde está la biblioteca? This doesn't have to be an Isaac versus Dead Cells thing. It's not Isaac versus Dead Cells. It's Isaac compared to Dead Cells. In Isaac, you're like, I'm dying, but, oh my god, my cat, when I said I'm dying, my cat woke up. Like, you are? No, it's okay. Don't worry about it. I mean in Dead Cells. In Isaac, if you're dying, and we'll go for, extra damage after we kill enemies, I think. Although we should probably invest in purples, right? Because they scale so much better for us. Whatever. If we get the gold later, we'll do that. But, you know that any room in Isaac, however unlikely it is, could give you the item that saves you. In Dead Cells, that doesn't make sense. The only thing that saves you is scrolls. Equipment helps out a great deal, but scrolls are the be-all, end-all. So, it's working out pretty well. Not overly concerned about the future of this run right now, considering that my dude is absolutely eating it. And he's dead. We got an achievement there. Is that really the first time I've perfected this boss? I guess that doesn't surprise. Maybe it's speed plus perfect, or maybe it's just speed. I don't know. We're only 12 minutes in here, so it is on the early side, but... Alright. We would like to buy replacements for our existing weapons. So first one I would look for is double crossbow matic. Oh no, first one I would look for is heavy turret for sure. We could definitely use a heavy turret with elemental synergy. And it has stats, which is amazing. But no piercing. But still, a level of tactics up. I think we want to take this and get rid of the double crossbow matic because the DPS is just so much higher here. And then is there another purple primary? I haven't... Oh, we didn't get Frantic Sword last time. I forgot about that. So I say this all the time, but I feel like I'm very much set to actually have kind of like an algorithmically perfect run right now, at least from my personal perspective. I'm like, this is my ideal archetype right now, except for the fact... Wow. Except for the fact that we are missing a primary. But that primary should come after the next boss if we're lucky enough to live. Dude, I just looked... I don't know, again, I'm not joking when I say this. I say this in Isaac all the time. I get like... A panic attack is not the right way to describe it. But I get like a surge of adrenaline when I notice I'm getting a telephone call. And not in a positive way. I'm always like... Panicked is not the right word, but it's an unpleasant feeling. The number of phone calls I've gotten... And anyone that lives in Vancouver, if you talk to them, they're going to tell you that these have been going around. Where I go, oh my god, not only have I gotten a phone call, but I have a voicemail as well. And then I go to the voicemail and it's a robot voice that says, Ni hao ma. And it's like, apparently there's this Chinese scam going around right now. Targeting Chinese language speakers, I should say. That's like, your personal information has been taken. Please send us iTunes gift cards to get it back. So this has been like the worst April of my life, or May of my life at this point for... Help. For phone messages. I'm getting phone like once a day and I'm blocking the number, but then it's coming back in again with all these people and I freak out. I go, it's a voicemail. What happened? And then oh my god, the damage is so bad. You know, I check the voicemail and it goes, Ni hao ma. And I'm like, first off, I don't speak Chinese. So I understand that that's, you know, hello, how are you or something. We'll take it. I don't know, dude. Maybe we could actually roll this, because the infantry bow is kind of like a melee attack. Just stop healing, because we've taken so much damage already. Oh, scroll enemy. So I get the anxiety, and then I get mad. Another scroll. But, whatever. It's over now. This one was not even from then. It was from my cable provider. I just looked at my my phone popped up and was like, "You're getting a call from a business you already work with trying to sell you something." That's all right. I'm good for now. I am happy with my cable service, and you guys provide it. Don't be so down on yourselves. I want to get this key, if you'll excuse me. Our build is starting to get a little dicey. It doesn't have to. I'm just being real with you. Like, I don't think there's any reason, really, for us to be using this many heals, except for the fact that we're playing kind of badly. I can't remember. Did I go to this treasure room? I must not have, right? There's 2 enemies standing outside of it. Now, I can sometimes skip enemies, but... I think these guys, I would have made an exception. I will do a curse chest. And if we die, we die. But I want the scroll, and I want whatever else they might give me. We're at 15. Let's go 16. Colorless. You take plus 20% extra damage. I cannot do this. Although the damage per second is very high. I don't think I can do this. The colorless factor is also irrelevant. I'm gonna heal up just for whatever reason. After a curse chest, I always feel like I should level up more. Oh, that was actually a little scary. Alright, so just cool your jets. You know you're fine on time. Holy crap, that scared the absolute bejesus out of me. 6 enemies left. Whew, okay. We know how to do this. You see an enemy. I'm just worried about invisible enemies, but I don't think they can happen right here. You see an enemy. Oh my god, I almost died. We only need to kill 2 more enemies. Okay, all those biters are dead. It's the thing, like, if I just fought these guys normally, I probably wouldn't even give it a second thought. Like, I would, in all likelihood, destroy him pretty easily, but... Oh, they're attacking the turret, thank god. Because of the fact that these guys are like, we have the curse now, I'm like, I don't want to fight these guys, I get gun shy. Alright, we've got our method now. You freeze enemies, you toss turrets. And poison does a little bit of work too. So a grenade, extra damage on a burning target. Damage upgrades, no thank you. We could afford to reroll some shops, but honestly, I'm pleased with everything we've got, except we could use a new primary. Just because the infantry bow doesn't factor into our mindset right now. So I think literally, we could pretty much just spam the infantry grenade over and over. Because it is a 1.5 second cooldown. Another scroll enemy, huh? You're too good to me, game. I know, again, it seems ridiculous. But if you'll forgive me, we're almost done with tactics. Now, our HP is nowhere near where it belongs. We need a key still here, too. And that's leading to us doing more heals than we'd like to, but... the damage is just absolutely unprecedented for this stage of the game. So in that regard, I'm actually, like, highly, highly stoked. A little scared, but stoked is an apt description. It worked. Because I really don't think we've been putting out this kind of damage in this stage of the game. We're not up by much. Usually it's like right around the entrance to the castle. We start to think like, maybe we got enough damage. But for now... oh my lord. For now, it feels like even at this stage of the game, like we have more than enough. You don't need to attack me, biters. So we did use too many heals here. But we come with the knowledge that, like, you know, for the rest of the game... did we go in here? We must have, because the door's broken. For the rest of the game, however short it may or may not be, we don't really need to level technique too much more frequently. A couple of these levels are from... or tactics, I should say, every time. A couple of these levels are from... equipment, I think? Which we could use more of. In particular, like a top-class amulet would be a really nice thing to get for us, or a necklace, or whatever you'd like to call it. So, on this floor, I really think this is where, you know what we're gonna do? Even if we get some early, and we will because of the fact that we have the time door, we're gonna take some early levels in... well, relatively late levels, I guess, in HP. We're going to take some levels early on the floor in HP. 31, sure. Man, I can't believe I invested in a mutation that gives me plus 46 damage a second after killing an enemy. When, with my bow, which is not even necessarily a high-value weapon, I do like 2,000 damage a hit. That was a poor decision. And the game is very nice, because we know, thankfully... Oh my god, it's a dead end. Can't go this way. Just gotta run. Hey, I can't see? Thank god. Terrible start. We know, thankfully, all we have to do is spend a little gold. In order to get around that. But this is okay. This is okay. Keep it up. We'll probably take another perk. We'll probably take another purple perk, because it just seems like the right call, doesn't it? I know what you're thinking, and I'm thinking it too. Is my dude gonna die because he hasn't taken enough levels in HP early? I'm really hoping not. I'm gonna level up, or sorry, heal up real quick. I'm gonna take Bear Trap and then just dump it, because I like both of our existing weapons. And we're gonna try to play a little smarter for the rest of the game. This guy is the worst, dude. Dare I? Oh, I dare. Our damage is out of control. It's completely up to our ability to dodge right now. Even our bow is actually crushing. I thought we wanted to replace it, but... it's doing amazing work. Did you get a little scared there? I guarantee it wasn't as scared as I got. We're almost starting to have, like, fluid combat. Not like Super Mario Sunshine. I mean, like, smooth. Like a Rob Thomas song. 18 enemies remaining. This is an easy one. Have we already done the traps? 13 enemies remaining. Six enemies remaining. 0 enemies remaining. Let's go. Sure, we only get cells and treasure. There's no scrolls here, I always forget. But we do get an amulet. Damage taken minus 20%. Any enemy that touches you is frozen. And we lose a level at tactics, but add great value to our HP. Pretty solid. Pretty dumb. What do we go for now? Dude, we have so many more opportunities for scrolls. I'm going to recover the level in tactics that I appear to have lost. And I'm loving life, with the exception of the fact that we're running low on heals. If you ignore that, I'm not just loving life. I'm like out of control, excited about the prospects of this run. I really think we've been doing damage on a scale that we've, like, never done before. We've had a lot of runs that have gotten close. I don't know if we've ever gotten this close. That doesn't make any sense. Could do a little better, using the freeze as an initiate. Don't forget about that. Our perk is meaningless, and we're going to replace it anyway, so don't get attached to that right there. This is maybe, oh my god. You know, what kind of person would I be if I didn't take you up on this opportunity right now? The thing that's terrible about it is truly awful, and that's if we take damage... Like, for example, right there, trying to get lamp to lamp. We would die. So I'm looking at this and I'm going, dude. Just get this handled right now. Okay, 5 enemies left. Trying to find like the 5 closest enemies to my present existence. We can't roll through there, huh? I really can't be here right now. I really don't want to run all the way up there. But the lamp does still exist. We only got to kill 3 enemies, so like... Oh, and there's a lamp right here. And that's it. This is the end of this area. I did see that there was ice shock, but my dudes... Like, I don't want to be here anymore. I want to kill 2 enemies easily and then get the heck out of town. You know what I mean? I don't really want to be in Spike territory right now either. Like, I'm just a little afraid. Once I kill 2 enemies... Everything's cool, dude. There must be enemies back here I ignored. Nope. You're gonna make me go through the spikes. They're gonna make me... There's nothing else to say. They're gonna make me go through the spikes. Well, if we didn't want this, we should have thought about what that meant. Holy crap, we made it. And the curse has been lifted. Whoo! Haha! You're crazy for this one. Genuine terror. Felt the blood pressure climbing a little bit there, but hey, dude. Success. I would like to get this lamp, please. What's next on the list? Well, we do need the next key. None of this is relevant. And I'm saving my money because I need to retrofit my mutations, but dude, I'm over the moon with the fact that we're just even alive right now. I wouldn't say at any point I was ever convinced that we were definitely gonna die, but there were some moments there that I think you could be forgiven for assuming that there was at least a chance. And even still, we shouldn't get too cocky. Even though we have, like, quadrupled our HP. The combo is unreal. There's no lanterns? They don't make lanterns anymore? Could be... Final key? What the heck was that? Magnet grenade, blood shield. I know we're using Frost Blast 1+, but... Okay, that's just a dirty trick, honestly. There is a scroll out here. We're probably gonna put that in HP. I'm actually really content with where our HP is at, but... I'm never gonna turn down a little bit more. Well, in many situations I do, I guess, literally turn down a little bit more in order to get more damage, but you get the idea. We've run in the wrong direction. Just want you to know that I know that. That's fine. Where the heck is our... Oh, it's right there. So we'll get our key, get the heck out of here. I feel like we got most of the scrolls. And when I say most, I really mean like all but one, maybe. Key? Thought I heard a second breep. You know what? I'll just take this way. See, at this point, I just have to ask if you want to live, because if you want to live, you should really be going in a different direction. You shouldn't be teleporting towards me. You should be teleporting away from me. Unless you're like that Zayn Malik song. Yeah, I listen to the radio on occasion. I don't wanna live forever. I know. Dad, stop. You're embarrassing me in front of my... I don't care, okay? That's Zane. He's got a good head on his shoulders. He left while Ageddon was good. Forever gonna summer if I could come back home. Yeah, this way. Okay. So we're fighting the assassin next. In stark contrast to our last fight against the assassin, I was so cocky, I thought we had a guaranteed win last time. And that was obviously not the way it ended up happening. But this time we got a guaranteed win. Hello, Ruka. Excuse me, let me out. I want to retrofit my mutations, please. Goodbye, Tomo. I want... Well, we can't get the death one. Oh, we still can. Okay, good. I want 30% extra HP. And I want negative 77% cooldowns. Now we have 7,000 HP. That's real good. That's where I want to be. Living at 7,000 HP. 7k HP. There's just one too many syllables for that to ever work. So you're going to get frozen. And then you're just going to get slowed for all time. Oh no, I got hit. Yeah, I agree. Let's finish this. You're dead. Yeah, like highly dead. Alright, so that was very easy. I don't think it'll be as easy when we go to the castle, but... Big thing on the castle is just watching for the shots that come in from the various different sources. Now, I actually am rethinking my whole plan. You know, I don't think we should get rid of our existing... Like, infantry bow, I think works fine here. I think I'm going to level up our frost blasts. Hope that we get some stats out of it. Yeah. Yeah, that seems very good. And then, I don't know, we'll throw the rest of our cells in here. Because I think the infantry bow is just fine. It was really the ice blast that could use a little bit of juice, right? It was a level 1. So this floor, I wouldn't mind getting to 20, but I think the level 20 is symbolic. You know, 19 is also pretty good. Now, you're not dying in one hit. Throws a little bit of a monkey wrench into my plans, although admittedly not too much. I really think that my fatal flaw on the castle, wow, I hate you, has been not taking things slowly enough. I think if we go slow, it's tough for us to lose here. Please stop hitting my turrets. The slowdown's annoying. You got me. He got me. That's a heal. That's a mistake and a heal. See, what I'm learning is that who cares if we can't get them frozen before throwing our turrets? Like, the turrets do so much damage. Just throw the turrets down and let them get to work. And then if you can freeze an enemy after that, more power to you. My God, you're all so annoying. You want me to use my second heal already? And I say no. Well, I'll say yes because we're about to fight these elites. Pretty good start. I hate it. We gotta go this way because... Oh, I hate this too. All these enemies gonna cause us problems. We don't need to do crits here. Just a little damage is good enough. You're still alive, huh? Even to this day. Alright, first room down. We only need to do 2. I am confident in our stats. I would like a little bit more, but I'm confident. Hello and immediate goodbye afterwards. Not missing any scrolls. Anytime there's 2 enemies, like, that's the worst combination. Guy who, if we let him sit for a quarter of a second, starts spinning around doing an AoE tech that's impossible to dodge. Combined with guy who, if we leave him alone for an eighth of a second, busts out a laser that, regardless of where we're at in our lives, does, like, almost all of our HP. So, I mean, this is dumb, obviously. Let's do it. Yep, immediately died. And we'll do this all to get to acid nerves for no reason whatsoever. So, this does 3 damage a second. Why not? And you know I am a fool, so I will do this as well. 30 enemies. Had very little time to make that work. And immediately I'm like, I'm an idiot. I'm just a fool. Okay, escape. Wow, that was... we went through all the obstacles just to be sent back here. Heal up. I know that's our final heal. Nobody knows that that's our final heal more than I do. Rest assured, I'm not happy about my performance on this floor. Freezing. No extra damage against freezing. Hello, Tomo. Welcome back into the office. Don't let it all fall apart here before the end, because what it was meant to be will eventually be a memory of a time when I tried so hard. He almost got me. Honestly, we actually... well, I hate this. I kind of like our existing bow now. Extra damage, less guaranteed crits, but... okay, nothing wrong with this. Castle key. Get the heck out of town. It's better against crowds. The fact that our shots actually pierce enemies mean that it might not be as good against a single foe because we can't guarantee the crits. Probably 2 of the most important dodges I've ever made playing this game. Let's go. Basically, every single one of these rooms sucks now. It's just non-stop, like, never feeling safe. But look at that. It appears we made it to the exit. We have 2 keys. I wouldn't mind getting some scrolls, but... did I say some scrolls? I meant some stros. And I'm not talking about the Houston Astros, buddy. I'm not talking about the Houston Astros, buddy. Frig off, please. Luckily, they freeze when they hurt me, but like... hey, it's a scroll. Really, at this point, give me that 10% extra health. That's not bad. Okay, we've joined up here. HP honestly could be worse. Considering how quickly we used all of our scrolls, I'm surprisingly not that annoyed with this. Please don't be enemies. Spartan sandals. Wow, 247 damage a second. That's high quality. That's the kind of craftsmanship you can't buy in this day and age. Can we actually make it up here, or was it like, was it too intense? It was pretty intense, but too intense. I wouldn't say that. Okay, well, you know what? I was just shopping, and you're being a jerk, but you're bringing it on yourself here. Because check this out. Look, I can abuse the shop as well. You think you're safe in the shop? I don't think so, buddy. Okay, well, I hate that yet again. I thought I heard another attack coming in, and I did. A scroll! Perchance to dream. Now, I don't... Oh my god, I don't want to fight an elite. Are you out of your mind? We have to kill these guys. Because I think... For real, I think we have to pass this way. Oh, jeez. Okay, what are we gonna do? The way I see it, there is a way forward. We land 2 of these down here. Oh! You know he's teleporting soon. Just take out as much as you can from afar. You can teleport that early, huh? Still up there? Just walking around? Just walking around. He's done it. Repeater crossbow 8+. Shots pierce all enemies. Sure? Now, we just can't get hit. I mean, if you really want to make it as simple as possible. Okay, I mean, I don't even want to, like, touch upon what's happening down here. We don't need to be there. We don't need a spiteful sword. We're very happy with our current cable service, and we'll see you later. You can't see me. You know, not a good idea. Please. Ooh. That's the range, huh? An enemy died in there. I heard it. I believe it to be true. Please let me go. Don't give me that Bismillah. No, we will not let you go. Let him know. I was gonna say, if that's a curse chest, you might as well give it to me at this point, because I'll try. It's got a real temptation, doesn't it? 3,500 damage a second. It doesn't do extra damage on a frozen... It does do extra damage on a frozen target. So because of that and the fact that it also gives us tactics, we gotta go for it. And that's an insane amount of damage. It's like, I don't know how this run can simultaneously be like the best and the worst run we've ever had, but... It's only the worst because it scares me. The scrolls are out of control. We have 9,000. We have like 10,000 HP. To die right now would be an insult of the highest order. So we need to get to a teleporter. Because there's no way in heck we're doing that elite fight. Get yourself to a teleporter. Go to this teleporter right here and then go up. And be very cautious as you do this, please, because I've been in kind of a weird spot for a little while here. I don't know what we did there. But an enemy was very perturbed with us. Oh, we broke through a wall, I guess. You know what, dude, the death orb is amazing because we don't even have to be there for it to hit. This guy could hit you through a wall. He hasn't done it yet. That's the blue exit. My favorite Weezer exit. Although pinker exit is pretty good too. Surprise. Knock knock, open up the door, it's real. Got the death orb. Hit me once and I'll be killed. Let's actually go. Oh, Ruka, my son, we did it. What did it cost me? Everything. Now, honestly, give me some extra DPS. Because remember, we just lost our respawn ability, so this is the most HP we've ever had. It might be the most damage we've ever had as well. I do not tell you fibs. We've made it here. There's a real chance on this one. Okay, that went actually completely fine. Okay, that guy just jumped off the edge. Thank you, AI. And I'm not talking about Allen Iverson. Real problem with this guy, he just never lets up. That's a bad one. Good time to heal, maybe. Again, I'm trying not to deviate from what I know works. Heal up. He's actually closer than halfway to death. Okay. I don't know what happened there, but I remain alive. And apparently, categorically unable to block. I killed him. That happened faster than expected. Well then, that was a surprise. Second cell, okay. Starting to feel like I got my kind of run going on here. Honestly, that one wasn't even that scary. We never got even close to the point that we got the first time we tried to get past this lord. Just dump my cells in there. And dude, we got a real dead cells opportunity going on here. See you on the wharf. Up guards and at them again. We got 2 achievements unlocked on this run. Ooh, I wasn't joking when I said I was having a good time playing Dead Cells. Hey, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.